Yeah, to me, it was always super nice, but that goes for a lot of people.
Because I think he's like very good in tournaments and stuff. I think he was known for being a bit angry on ladder at some points, but I think these days it's just very quiet usually. He's find a way to like just don't say anything, which is probably more useful in the long term.
We're all getting older and calmer. Well, most of us. Some don't, but most of us. As we discussed yesterday, like there's no active feuds going on at the moment, I think.
No, that's not necessarily an encouragement to start new ones. But
no.
Again, if you feel a bit seisty and you want to start something,
you can slide into Dondo's DMs.
Yeah.
Oh no, make it public. It has to be
make
public.
it public. It has to be public.
It's the same as we've seen before. Anima with the same creep route, Archmage movement, building positioning, everything.
Yeah. And the same issue with him taking a bit too much damage on his Archmage. This is like interesting, right? If the altar placement makes it so the creep is finished like a few seconds later. So the Farseer gets like at the camp a few seconds earlier than he otherwise would be before it's finished. So yeah, it actually maybe matters like a tiny bit, the fact that like his altar placement is at the wrong place. Still, yeah, grunts. Like, I think when we can talk to Starbuck maybe after, or I can DM him. But I guess like it's just very hard to get headhunters into the like Tauren build. If you want to go Taurens, I'm not sure like why grunts should be better. I don't think the 4% damage nerf on headhunters is enough to like make grunts now better at early game harassing. Would be my intuition, but maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe base harass is not really what he wants, but rather delay Archmage creeping, and he achieves that with the grunt as well. But Anima with the sweet surround here.
Yeah, and I think this is the risk by going grunts right early. It's like if he now loses his grunt, it's such a bigger cost than if he lost the headhunter.
And of course, saw a lot of Lin games, and Lin lost his grunt early as well, and now Starbuck is just imitating it.
Yeah, yeah. And so there's something with like how grunts work, right? If you get it surrounded, if you have a headhunter and you're like targeting a headhunter, you get a headhunter lost. At least the other like 3 to 4 headhunters are attacking stuff. Maybe you get a counter kill or you do a lot of damage. But like when you have 2 grunts, 1 grunt gets surrounded. The only thing that's hitting meaningfully anything is the Farseer usually, while the other grunts are like trying to run and hit targets. So it is, I would say, like quite a lot worse in effectiveness in early game. Also very good snipe.
This is quite effective though, just storming into the base, cancelling the lodge. Age-old problem of orcs, timing pushes against their tier 2 buildings.
Yeah, and probably more meaningful if you're planning on getting both of your, like, it's our Farseer surrounded as well.
Yeah.
This is super good early for... I mean, he should leave now, I think, maybe. I can force a TP. He's trading 2 Footmer for that TP, but... Maybe if he gets the kill, this was actually good staying there. Yeah, he's gonna get it. Oh no! He messed up. Oh, man, he lost his Archmage! No!
Both at perfect. The same time, so sweet.
It was perfect before that Archmage loss. It missed 1 stutter step with Archmage, so he like had to go back and hit 1 more time, and then he took too much damage for the shockwave threshold to then kick in. It was super close for being like actually a perfect engagement for Anima.
And it was the
Rebuys the tavern, so very expensive.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, he can heal at the fountain. Brilliance Aura is doing something. Calling Militia.
Yeah.
For the lab.
He's going to creep the lab, but without water elemental. I think this is going to be super tough. Militia or no Militia. I mean, this is like the opening lab creep you see like when humans do it. But then they have 2 water elementals and they pull the rock hole.
But it's possible with Mountain King as well, so it can't be impossible to creep this.
No, of course not. But it's makes it harder. Like it's slower than it otherwise would be by quite a big margin. He lost 1 peasant, is gonna lose 2 if this wolf is up to the task. Yeah.
Hungry. Yum
yum. Might be 3. Probably 3. This is like the most desperate thing as a human player. You're like trying to the wolf is so fast and you're like slow peasants are just walking home.
You need like rollerblades for your peasants after we buffed them so many times.
Maybe like sacrifice like X HP, like an amount of HP for him to go like faster for 2 seconds.
Oh, there he is. The first official Back to Warcraft Tier 2 Tauren is in production.
Looks so angry in this picture.
I mean,
he's mad that he hasn't been out for so long.
They do produce quite a bit slower, and the pulverize got weakened. The inbuilt pulverize got weakened.
Yeah.
So now I'm curious if Starbuck decides to power creep with that Tauren, how impactful that is. Concealed, not necessarily an AoE creepable map like Echo Isles would be, but should be a little buff nonetheless.
I mean, it's also obvious to think like why you need to go beastier second, especially on this map, instead of like going then like walk. You go like shamans in addition, so you don't like block building time, because the raider will make it possible to creep the reds, right? Because of the break.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, this is level 3 TC already, so a huge power spike for Starbuck, and Anima is now just getting level 2 MK. I mean, that wasn't uncommon beforehand either, right? That the human player got the level 3 fast slower than the human orc. But yeah, this is gonna be. Oh no, losing. Yeah, he's losing a rifle and a priest in the middle of the map. I know only a rifle. But this is double level 3 against 3-2 for Anima, with 35 food against the 42 food orc with Tauren.
I got a feeling that this Tauren didn't attack one time in a meaningful way, because he's always trailing behind.
Yeah, and I think this is like always, that you saw that in Lin against Happy as well. The main thing it did, the Tauren, was kind of just force Happy to run around it. But yeah, I mean, this is going pretty horrible for Anima, but I think that's more to do with the Archmage loss that costs so much to rebuy. So he's like missing 10 to 12 food he otherwise would have if his macro was in. But yeah, I mean, it's getting, I would say, like close to unsalvageable, I think, for human. I mean, everything can change, but it's both are like the 50 food timing they are, but Anima is like 10 food below. He has worse hero levels, and now Starbuck just owns the map.
I've yet to see a meaningful hit for the Tauren. Is it time
now?
now?
It's finally getting in.
Is he? Nope.
No, he stopped attacking. Now he did one attack.
There we go.
Mini pulverize from that viewing did not do like a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So it's down to 15 now, right? I guess.
15, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good against units who have a few HP anyway. But yeah, it shouldn't just destroy everything on one hit.
Yeah,
I really see the problem of how you get the Tauren in a proper connection, in a proper position.
Yeah, but I guess like it will work as it did against Happy, right? Like, how do you also on the other side like get your army not to get the Tauren? Like, you have to also counter it the other way around. It's interesting that Starbuck goes Shockwave, right, instead of Stomp, which Stomp would allow the Tauren to have an easier time getting into position.
Yeah. I feel like it's very different though compared to the Happy Lin series, because the rifles want to kite, and there's additional slow with slow, obviously. And Happy was just head-on fighting with ghouls.
Yeah. But again, he's getting caught out a bit there. Anima losing a rifle for free. This is 6 food and it's been lost just by roaming around the map. He castles the Expo, but I don't like. Oh no.
Ooh.
Now he gets it for in action.
Here we go. Shockwave.
2 Taurens.
2 Taurens. Yeah. Yo! This is pretty good. This is the worst possible position for Anima to be in. Still forcing a town portal by hero focus, but okay, that was the perfect use case for a Tauren. And it was 2.
Yeah. And I mean, the hero focus immediately by Anima was actually super important there. Like, this is the only way this game goes on. But it did use the TP. He must have used the heal scroll. Yeah, he did. And again, like, yeah, on this map, especially with the Taurens. And the thing is, he doesn't have enough dispel for the Spirit Link, right, with rifles. He has 1 priest, with 2 priests with mana for dispel now. So, yeah.
And I don't even, like, is he planning on going for breakers, or is it just more priests? Because then this problem will remain.
Yeah, switching into breakers in when you go rifles is possible, but it's kind of hard if you're not at least like even or a tiny bit ahead. Because of course you do sacrifice resources by getting the second sanctum. Like going, of course you can add 1 breaker at a time at some point, but what you see in rifle games is usually that either the human or the games decide before that, or you get like a tech switch at some point. Because rifles will at some point just be too weak against AoE.
Also, Tauren would just yeah, simply destroy breakers. So I don't think there's even an option anymore.
I mean, what we're seeing now is kind of, I think, what a lot of people, if this like would become like the meta, is what probably people are a bit afraid of, in the, not only in balance sense, but the fact that like Taurens are now just the grunts, right? Just you stop producing grunts at tier 2 and you go Taurens instead. So grunts basically are only like at best a tier 1 unit for a short while.
Yeah. I mean, this is not the perfect use case on how this affects the meta, because usually you would probably see an early expansion, even though this is Concealed Hill. Mountain King is way more prevalent than an Archmage at the moment. So just because we've seen Tauren in this game now and they become kind of like a tech tree block, you know, you have to explain this to people, otherwise they draw the wrong conclusions, and we can't have that. Yeah, this would usually look a little different.
I wonder if Bucky goes on to play, probably, or when, or if he goes on to play Lucy and Happy, if he's trying to play Orc and then also try to include them at tier 2.
Huh. Yeah, I think that's against ghouls, man. That's gonna be real strong.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I mean, for Orc, I don't see like a tier 2 Tauren comp that makes sense without going to. You still need to try hero, I would guess.
That's true. Yeah, and they're too expensive in the mid game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then it's rather a nerf because you build them slower and the pulverize quicker.
Yeah. Again, like the Taurens are now just hitting the MK, but so we don't like see much. But now I guess now they're gonna go in the rifles, and it's just gonna be bomb fest.
Yo, once they connect, it's really rough.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it's actually very hard to get enough slow and dispel for the Spirit Link. Like, so if you dispel the Spirit Link, which you then might have enough mana for, then you're also dispelling the slow, right? So it's a synergy there that is not that obvious, maybe. Or like it makes it hard for the human to like do both, basically.
Yeah.
And you need to have slow on Taurens, obviously, or otherwise you... As same as you do with bears, you can't just straight up fight them. You need to make them slower and be able to kite and just reduce your damage output.
Chat is, based on this game, chat is suggesting a Tauren ability to leap forward, like a barbarian in Diablo 4, for example. Do you guys know like that there's a speed scroll in the orc shop that basically does the same?
For all units at the same time.
For all units at the same time for cheap? Anima is fighting, but Starbuck is getting further and further ahead. And I don't really see a way of stopping this.
No, at this point, I mean, Starbuck has an expansion. He has better tech. He has better heroes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I should be Hypecasters, sorry. We'll see. Maybe he can turn this around with a good bolt.
Very quick learner, Dondo. Very quick learner. I like.
Is he gonna kill the 1125 HP hero with +4 armor?
Yeah.
Or the 1300 unit?
That
heavy armor.
is a lot of HP, is it not?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the poor militia. You should probably not call too many militia against Pulverize. But what I noticed from these fights here...
Or level 3 shockwave.
Yep.
To be fair.
That's right. What I noticed from these fights here is that Tauren oftentimes cancel their attack.
Yeah, they are a bit clunky in that sense.
People have to learn that, I guess. Or no?
To be fair, I mean, Starbuck kind of outplayed Anima throughout the game, so it becomes like difficult to see what the breaking point was. I'm not sure the game would look that different with like grunts. Just that specific game, but nevertheless, it's like it did look strong, right? We can't like deny that. And I think
That's right.
I think it's the human orc matchup, probably like intuitively, that we're most like concerned or interested in regarding moving Taurens. Anyway,
game is up. Same game name. Do you remember now? Should I play it again?
No,
okay.
no, I remember.
Good. Yeah, there was an interesting use case. Like, the first Tauren really struggles to find usefulness. Later on, super strong would be my first takeaway.
Yeah, that's my intuition as well. I mean, I think maybe it's the thing we don't know is like, is this even the best build path for it? But Spirit Link, of course, super helpful on Taurens as well.
Yo.
So yeah, I mean that map is also perfect for Taurens, right? Like even without the old upgrades, just because you can send stuff to fountains, so you get an automatic heal. There's still like the issue maybe at other maps that you need to, if you lose HP in middle game fights or creeping, you need 1300 HP backup. But yeah, I think intuitively it looks very strong still.
As they're supposed to, because they're a tier 3 unit. Are. Kind of will be, were.
Should be.
Where?
Maybe.
Maybe we don't know. We're living in a limbo a little bit. We don't know what's reality.
Yep.
Archmage again. This time closer to the normal spot. And once again, Farseer. Once again, no headhunters.
Yeah, I mean, You still need a war mill for the Taurens, right? So you still would need war mill anyways. I guess like, but since you know you're going Spirit Link, maybe one feels like it has better synergy with the grunts, right, than the headhunters. Because of course spreading out damage is good, but headhunters are so much weaker against hero spells anyways. So maybe there's like some thought behind that as well. That grunts then will benefit more from the Spirit Link at tier 2.
Yeah.
So that makes more sense in that regards. It might be a wood cost issue as well, which I haven't thought about.
This is why we have these tournaments, to have food for thought. And just to take it away from the game a little bit, Arch in chat is saying, Dondo reminds me of my high school crush.
Oh, nice.
Did you once date...
Actually, no, I have no idea if that's actually a compliment or not. But, do any of us think we were like it? Or, I mean, isn't that like the kind of the meme, right? That you should never like think of you being peak performance in high school. That's like the saddest thing. So
you could also
remind them something of
take it as
their high school crush.
You could also take it as you stayed very young.
True. We'll
it
say
is,
that.
of course, double exclamation mark.
Ooh. I have to think about this. Do I prefer the mysticism? I don't want to explain. I want to
Okay.
like keep thinking of this as
Okay.
is this.
player's forces are under attack.
So Starbuck again trying to be disruptive, tracking Archmage movement, as Anima is probably gonna go for a early base push again, since creeping doesn't really seem to be his thing, but surrounding grunts, well, that's his thing.
Yeah, it's good at that, and of course that is like the drawback again with grunts, right? It's when you have 4 to 5 footmen, it is a very good skill to have, but it's also not the most difficult unit to surround without speed aura, right? Because they are pretty slow and clunky, and you can do 4-point surrounds, and you have 6 units available if you have water metal usually.
Yep.
But again, I guess like if Starbuck was to optimize his play even more, maybe just keep the grunts even further behind, like they don't do that much. I also wonder, would it be worth to just like send 2 grunts to creep one of the easier camps to get level 2 instead of trying to harass with them?
Yeah, left hand side green was crept already though. It could go for the turtle.
Turtle, yeah. It's like the obvious. You could also go like the green next to your base, I think. It's possible with 2 grunts.
Ah, yeah. I was just looking at the upper left, of course. This could be a solid opener for Anima though to get level 3. Bit unfortunate that Archmage is just running back. Is he back in time? Oh yeah, he is back in time. Could be a good level 3 push.
Could be. Again, canceling the totem would help. Not losing your level 2 Archmage would also help, probably.
Yeah.
Starbuck is also getting close to level 3 on his Farce here, though. And he took away, I mean, can be both a gift and a curse for both players. He took away one of the the main contested camps at tier 2, which is the shop. Which is usually like the first camp, or like it's not uncommon that both level 1 second heroes try to go for that camp to if you win control of that camp, then you get to level 2 faster, and then the game spirals from there. Again, nice cancel on the beast. This is a better cancel than last game as well, because it's way far further. Was way farther forward, and
his hero didn't die.
That also helps. Yeah, I mean, in general, this game's flow feels better for Anima. But we're back at rifles, right? And I still think, I wonder how much hope rifles would have in a 50-foot fight with Taurens, anyways.
But we won't see Tauren in a long time because there's no lodge just yet. Only Beastery. Maybe Starbuck is moving away, and we'll see how this matchup looks when you don't have headhunters.
I wonder if... No, it's not this I would. I was wondering, does Anima actually go for Expo here, given the cancel? That would be super brave. I don't think it would work, but he doesn't have wood, so...
I was about to say. Dude, this entire day, people are wood starved. What the hell? Is there a shortage in the Warcraft world?
I mean, I think that's what we've seen also about patches and over time, when as players have gotten better and better and things are more and more maximized, is that gold is easier resource to get. You can sell items, you can be it's ways to counter gold starvedness basically, also to the upkeep mechanic. But wood is the way, wood buffs for resources, upgrades and stuff is a lot more impactful, I think, than gold buffs and costs.
Yeah, that's right.
Player's forces are under attack.
And I think that was probably neglected a bit in the past, the impact of wood on stuff. That's also why I think
when Remo was doing the balance before you took over.
Yeah. I think also that's why I think a lot of things there are a lot of upgrades that don't have maybe not that thought out wood costs just in general. Just because maybe it wasn't it was more of an afterthought than anything else.
Yeah.
So.
I think a year ago we looked at the lumber upgrade costs and were shocked with certain values.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going Torn Totems at all this game. So this is a different game for sure. Maybe I thought it was only possible at Concealed Hill.
Because of the
This is also... Yeah, he got a burrow, he got an expo cancel. This game looks super good for Anima, but he's gonna lose his hero, so...
Oh yeah, he has no TP anymore. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. But there's also... Oh, I was about to say no crowd control, so maybe he can save him, but against Chain Lightning and Snare Stomp, that's rough.
Yeah,
GG. Sag! Thanks for playing, Anima. But Starbuck is a beast.
He is. Of course, he has a very good understanding also like the weak points in this matchup specifically, playing human himself.